Hello everyone, my name is X, and today is episode 1 of my legendary item review slash boss fight review. Today we're starting with the first boss in the game, known as Splashzone, and we're going to get all his legendary items, which he only drops 3, and then we're going to review them all, just so you know what's going on. With that being said, we're just going to hop into the boss fight real quick. It won't take long at all. And just like that, the boss fight is over. See if we get lucky with the first try drop. Looks like we don't. That's okay. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get all these items farmed, and then once they're farmed, we'll do the review. There's the shield.
Worship me!
You ain't putting me down!
An intimate experience of my dominance!
My shield is interesting, but as you can see, I've been farming this for quite a little bit now. I would say it probably took me around half an hour to get all 3 legendaries. The drop rate is relatively low compared to other Borderlands games. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have started to realize that now. But now that I have all 3 legendaries, we're going to get into the review, and I'm just going to clear all this clutter up real quick. I would like to point out before getting into this review that Splashzone can drop other legendaries. An example of this is he dropped the Dark Beast. It's a legendary SMG that he doesn't normally drop that, but I guess later on, after you get through certain parts of the game, they can start dropping others, which I never knew until now. But with that being said, let's get into the review. Before we get into the review, I just wanted to check and just make sure to see that you're subscribed. If you're not, please subscribe. It would help me out greatly. It's also going to help you out to keep updated on when these reviews come out, and also just so you can actually see the reviews. Thank you so much for watching. If you're this far in the video, though, we're going to get into the review now. Let's do it. Okay, so now that we are here all the way back in the Outbounders hideout, this is where I'm, or the launch pad, this is where I'm going to do my review of these weapons, shield, and grenade mods. So the first weapon that we're starting with, and it's aside from the extras that he can drop, this is the main weapon he's going to drop, which is the lead balloon. Now this can come in a variety of different augments or licensed parts as well, but the main feature it's going to have on it is known as lightweight, which is projectiles float upward and spawn child projectiles upon exploding. An example of that is this right there. They fly up and then they explode into smaller projectiles that go towards the ground. Good pros of this weapon is it can do pretty good splash damage, as well as I believe it does. I don't think it does explosive. I think that's what splash technically is, but it does pretty good damage. This is 503 times 3. So any of my quick math people out there would love to do that for me. That'd be great. But yeah, it can do pretty good damage. The only con I would say to this is that depending on the augments that you get, excuse that one. That one has Hyperion shields, but I believe it's a class mod. No, it's not a class mod. It's enhancement that makes it where those like explode. But the thing is when I play tested with this gun, when I first got it, I noticed myself shooting at the ground quite a lot, so that it would actually hit my enemies. But other than that, it's a relatively good shotgun. I believe it's a Torg shotgun. Yeah, it's Torg, and it can come with different licensed parts as well as other abilities, except for lightweight. Lightweight stays with it, but it can get a bunch of other extra stuff. So the next item on our list is the grenade mod, which is known as the jelly, and like this, just like the rest, this can come in many different I want to say types, but it's not types, because like this one you have the vaccinating lead balloon, then this one you have vampiric, but this one can have other augments. Grenade mods don't have licensed parts, I believe, But this one has Bloodthirsty, which is grenade lifesteal is increased by 17%, and then it has a Ripper, which is it teleports to its destination. So if we use it, it's floating, and then it'll kind of just vanish and teleport to a spot. It's a pretty overall, it's a pretty good grenade. I would say it's quick. It can come in a variety of different elements. I know when I first got this, it came in corrosion. Now this one's in cryo. And depending on which character you're playing as, I know for Rafa here, he is good with shock and corrosion specifically. So I would want to get one that focuses on those two elements. But if you're playing like the Forge Knight, you would want to get one that's in Incinerary or Cryo specifically. So this one right here would be good for you. And the final piece to this puzzle is the Fireworks shield. This shield is fantastic for early game as well as late game as well, strictly because of the fact that it has bundled. Bundled is on kill, spawn missiles that home in on nearby enemies and deal 2,882 damage each. It can absorb, it gains a plus 15% chance to absorb bullets, adding to your ammo, which is good if you're using ammo really fast. And the Missile Swarm on armor segment break, it launches missiles as well. So you're going to be getting a lot of extra projectiles that are going to be coming out of enemies, as well as just really anything that you go against, and it's just an overall fantastic shield. The only downside to the shield is the fact that the armor itself is relatively low. There are other shields that drop, while I would say may not be better in terms of abilities, but are definitely better in terms of armor. I noticed myself getting down quite a lot because of armor, and especially with armor segments, they take longer to recharge, at least from what I know and what I've experienced. So depending on how your playstyle is, it would probably be better to end up going with just an energy shield rather than this one. But for me, I like to stay farther away, so this one would be good too. With that being said, guys, that's the legendary item review. Like I was saying before, Splashzone can drop other legendaries, but I think it's based on where you are in the game. An example is I went and got, during the farm, I ended up getting, what's it called? I ended up getting the Dark Beast from him, which I know you get from a different boss. So I thought that was interesting. Now, with that being said, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe as well as like and comment down below what you like about these items and what other boss you would like me to not only review, but do the legendaries for them as well. With that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.